Well done. You've made it. The Cheltenham Festival, it's here. And we promised you plenty of surprises on Good Morning Cheltenham. And for day one, we have got the ultimate surprise for you. We have got the rider of Lossiemouth. It is Paul.
Aha!
Kealy. What the hell are you doing?
Well, the lads are back Golden Ace. All right, so we've nobbled town and I'm taking over.
Ah, yes, we've got there. It's the greatest day of the year. It's the Tuesday of the Cheltenham Festival. Welcome along to Good Morning Cheltenham. And joining myself, David Jennings, to preview all the action, we have got a rose between two thorns. We've got Maddy Playle, we've got Matt Williams, and we've got Paul Kealy. What a day to be alive, Keels. It's the Cheltenham Festival, it's here, and you are looking absolutely stunning, may I say.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, it suits me, doesn't it? It fits my complexion perfectly, doesn't it?
It certainly does, yeah. You're
and
in
it
the
fits. They actually got one that fitted for one.
Matt Williams, welcome to the show.
Cheers, Dave.
You're like myself. This is your big week of the year. You just love Cheltenham.
I love it. It's the best 4 days of the year. I mean, I love Royal Ascot as well, 5 days, but this is it. Yeah, this is the week we all wait for and eagerly anticipating. Warmed up for it yesterday with the day at Stratford.
Oh, very good. How did that go?
It was okay. It wasn't too bad. I laid one at Plumstead at the off meeting just to pay for dinner last night, and I got away with that one. It would have been an expensive dinner.
Right, but you got it.
Got away with it, yeah.
And Maddy Playle comes here in phenomenal form. Those of you who follow Maddy, your fan club is growing all the time, will know that Look Away winning the big race at Kempton a few weeks ago, tipped up by your good self at 16-1. You're my mum's favourite tipster, and you're back on the show. Welcome.
Thanks very much, DJ. Yeah.
Just don't tell Keels or Matt that, right?
Where's your jacket?
Yeah.
Got away with it.
Well, I'm seeing it as a bit of
Yeah.
a triumph because both DJ and Keels were very. They basically got to the shower before I did this morning, so that was my response was to say no, I'm not wearing the jacket because you should let me go first.
You were fast asleep long. You were fast asleep long after I got in the shower, I can tell you.
Mine's fitting well, medium.
Yeah, medium. Yeah, we gave you small, so we did. So yesterday, we were out on the track yesterday, and the big news yesterday, as you will have read from Lee Motter said on Sunday, was the last hurdle. I got a shock to see. It's obviously in its natural position for other meetings, but at the festival, I think it's going to make a massive difference. It's about, I think, maybe 70 or 80 yards from the furlong pole, which means you're going to have a run-in of about 300 yards. What kind of effect is that going to have, Matt?
I like it. I think we're going to get the right winner. I don't like short run-ins as a rule anyway. Maybe it's because of the in-running angle that I do sometimes, but a lot of the time, I think it's going to allow the race to play out the way it should.
I disagree.
I don't mind it.
I think on long run-ins, I think a horse comes to the last, jumps, kicks, does its winning, and then gets a bit lonely and a bit...
What about the horse that looks like it's going to win, makes the mistake, and hasn't got enough time to gather itself and get back up?
But it's jump racing.
I know, but it's like...
You have to jump.
If you're missing it by 50 yards and you're falling short, but you're so much the best horse and you've made that mistake, I'd go down that route. I'm not saying you're wrong, it's just opinions, but I don't mind the long running.
Okay, there we go. That's the long running. But, Keels, also, I walked the track. We did a little jog at various stages. Didn't do the whole lap now as a jog. Didn't walk most of it. I was surprised just how quick it was. Now, it's obviously not quick, but it's a lot gooder than I thought it was going to be after the winter we've had. It's more good than soft, definitely.
Yeah, that's what everyone else was saying as well, wasn't it? It just shows how amazingly well it drains, doesn't it? Obviously, they put a bit of water on last night. We had a sharp shower as well in the evening, but they said they only got 1/2 mil, so it'll be good to soft, but certainly no softer. We're used to them having it on the soft side of good to soft, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you'll know we're looking absolutely ridiculous, as you can see on your screens at the moment.
I like it.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, sorry. I take it back. I take it back. You're going to wear this to work every day, Keels. But it is, of course, these Paddy Power tracksuits, which have been modelled in Paris Fashion Week. How come you didn't get an invite to this, Keels? There we go. Look at that, Mr. Ruby Walsh. Oh, look at that swagger. Wow. Maddy, what do you make of that?
I mean, if anyone can pull it off, it's Ruby, isn't it? He's got the deadpan
Here we go.
look.
Mick Fitzy. I don't think he wears it quite as well as you, Matt.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
No, but
This
he's got
is actually that one.
pout.
Oh,
He's
good
got
pose
pout.
at the end there. I like
Just the
that.
women are all over him
He
there.
looked
Look.
overjoyed to be there, though, didn't he?
Now, here we've got the main man himself, Chappers. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. That is Paris Fashion Week. Ruby's back up now. He's doing 2 laps.
Looks like Mrs. Doubtfire there, Ruby.
There we go. So we're obviously in gorgeous attire for the first day of the Cheltenham Festival, all for a great cause. So here we go. It is the Cheltenham Festival. It's day 1. Let's kick off our preview with the Supreme Novices Hurdle. And Old Park Star is still favoured, and he's still quite solid in the market at 2-1. It's 4-1 Talk to Talk. Mighty Park, who
It's a drift, isn't it?
had been very, very short, has been drifting all morning, Matt Williams. And it's a funny sort of a drift, because you kind of think when he goes to the Supreme that he's Willie Mullins. It's a horse who could be anything. He's been described as Faheen-esque. And yet he's drifting like a barge. Would that put you off Mighty Park for starters?
It does put me off. The drift does put me off. If there's late money, I'm okay with that. But like going to the races yesterday and talking to everyone, nobody could have this horse. They just see it as one run, easy win, not up against much opposition. I disagree. I thought he beat an okay field, and he just came home alone. It was really impressive.
So,
I like him.
This race is one of the best Supremes that we've seen for many a year, Matt. Johnny Deneen sat in that very seat yesterday, like for like replacement. Yourself and Johnny, very similar characters, witty, good crack, great judges, have made billions from punting, right?
Yeah.
So yous are very similar. Yous both have very different opinions on Old Park Star. Johnny cannot contemplate victory for Old Park Star, thinks something will beat him. You think he'll win?
Well, he's better than odds-on shot, and he's strong. I'm not. I think 2-1 is a fair enough price for him. I can't have Talk to Talk. Mighty Park the drift is a big worry. My Daddy Paddy, I just don't think the race is going to be run to suit him. I don't see massive opposition. I know there's depth to the race, but I just think the favourite's a fair one, and he's done nothing wrong. He just keeps improving. I love him. I think he could be a real good one.
You made a lot of big claims there, right? So we'll just go through them. You said you can't have Talk to Talk. Why?
I just don't think he's good enough. He doesn't win his races that impressively. Now, you could say last time out, slowish pace, he's come there and he's gone and won his race cosily enough. I just don't know what he's beating over in Ireland. I just think he's basic enough. And there was talk of him going to the Turners as well. There was talk of the owners selling him. If he was that, they've been in racing a long time. Why would they want to get shut? So there's a niggle about him, and the 4-1, I'd rather pass.
My Daddy Paddy, you can't have?
I like the horse as an individual. I thought he should have won if he was going to be the real deal, he should have won at Aintree. I mean, that track should have been set up for him. He's out of a flat mare, walked the park out of Deb. Aintree should have been made for him. Dan Skelton there has left him alone since, so he's trained him like a good horse. He's trained him with the Supreme campaign in mind. He hasn't veered from it. I just think he's going to have to win the race twice. So he'll be held up. He's going to make an effort to get there. And because there's such strong stays in the race, he's going to have to go again. I don't think he'll have that second best. And
in Old Park Star, obviously the vibes from Nicky, we did a couple of shows with him and different things that he's saying. He's just not absolutely shouting from the rooftops about Old Park Star.
Do you know why? LTO went to the first time out, he was odds on. Constitutional was like 85-40 on his debut. At Sandown in a decent race. This fella was at Kempton 8-1 into 11-2, I think it was. And so there was support, there was yard support for him. He just didn't come there with that reputation they had, Altior and Constitutional, from the start of their careers under rules. I just think this lad's kind of just been under the radar. And maybe Nicky's got a yard full of good horses. This lad's turned up from Nichols's with 3 or 4 bumper runs that weren't brilliant. And he's just kept it surprising, I'd say. I seen something in his first win at Kempton. And then when he won at Cheltenham, I was blown away. And equally saw a Haydock on a track that probably shouldn't have suited him. He's more of a relentless galloper.
There you go. Yeah. Matty Williams, very, very keen.
I'll tell you what, that's gone a lot better than I thought it would the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, you happy now?
Yeah, I'm relaxed.
Yeah, you were saying you were quite nervous when you came in, weren't you?
I always get nervous for these things.
Would you, yeah? Well, what's the worst thing that can happen apart from tipping 7 losers?
Not much,
we all manage it anyway, so.
Yeah. No, when I seen Keels in that tracksuit top when I walked in, that sort of eased me as well.
Yeah. Most people imagine people naked. Imagine Keels in that tracksuit from now on. Maddie, I've built you up now, right? Because you're coming here in cracking form. Look away, you had a great Cheltenham Festival last year. Don't let me down now. What wins the Supreme?
I'll try. My perspective on this race, right, as with every Cheltenham race, it gets to this time and you want to look at things afresh. You want to just ignore everything you've seen before and have another look. And I think the 2 horses who could put up spectacular performances and could be superstars are Old Park Star and Mighty Park. And I was sort of thinking, well, what can I take them on with a good price? And I came down on Sober Glory just because on the evidence that we have, he's posted some really good ratings. You know, he's an RPR of 148. That's not far behind Old Park Star. Yes, he was beaten at Sandown, but I don't really know why that was. Connections don't really know why that was. And we've seen twice since that was just totally not his running. If you have a look on a line through Cadastral earlier on in the season, you know, he found 15 lengths improvement with that horse and was carrying another 4 pounds. I know it's not perfect like for like, but that showed that he's improving all the time as well. He's from a good family that Philip Hobbs and Johnson White know well. Fingal Bay, I think he's a really strong stayer. I think he's going to be raced prominently. I think he will sort of get any vulnerabilities, any weaknesses with the likes of El Cairo and My Daddy Paddy, who are real speedy travellers. I think he'll turn it into a bit more of a staying supreme, especially if Mighty Park and others aren't far away. And I just think if you look at what we know for sure, he has achieved quite an awful lot, and the others have to go to improve to that level. Obviously, the price is going a little bit now, but I still think on balance, he's probably a bit of value.
She's good, isn't she?
Very good.
She's good. That was quite, that rolled off the tongue, didn't it? Yeah, there we go.
I think he's short enough though, 15.
Sober Glory, yeah. 15 to 2. He has been probably in the last kind of week, probably the best backed horse in the race, Sober Glory. 16 to 1 this time last week, now into 15 to 2. You think it's short?
Well, I think, yeah. I mean, look, good judges fancy him, but I'd rather just leave him alone at that price.
He has gone short now. I mean, I got involved after his last win, and I'm happy enough with that. But it will get to a point where, yeah, it's no longer as attractive. But I just think on what we know, on his ratings, on his figures, you know, even Harry Cobden was very impressed with him when he rode him as well. I'm willing to have a chance on him.
Right, Richie, what do you fancy?
You might as well just replay Matty again, to be honest. Like, you know, I mean, I've been singing
She
Sober
does it better
Glories.
than you ever could.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been singing Sober Glories praises since he won that time at Newbury. I was really good. I backed him straight away at 16s afterwards, and I argued in the weekend afterwards that he should be half the price, and now he is. You know, I think he's correctly priced now. I don't think it's a bad price at all. He was 4 seconds faster that day than Tutti Quanti, carrying only £2 less. I know it rained a bit later, but even so, you know, they think Tutti Quanti was worth supplementing into a champion hurdle. Like, you know, I just thought he looked superb that day. And if you take away that Sandown one, which nobody knows the reason for, he's 6 out of 6. Otherwise, he's won very, very easily pretty much every time he's gone to the track. He beat Baron Noir in a good bumper at Newbury last year. Baron Noir beat El Kairos. Like, you know what I mean? So he's got top quality form, both in bumpers and over hurdles. Like, you know, I still think Old Park Star's the one to beat, don't get me wrong. He's got the best form. And, you know, we've got quite a few horses in here that have been beating horses that aren't good enough to run in a Supreme by a long way. We don't actually know how good any of them are. But there's quite a few here that could be the 2-mile superstar. Like, you know, and top of the list is your Old Park Star. But there are others in there as well. I mean, the talk about Mighty Park since January has been that he's an absolute superstar.
You heard it first.
Yeah.
Do you think he's in the right race scales? I thought he was more of a
I don't know. I mean, look,
like a turner.
when I heard it, when I heard it, and if I get the gossip, like, you know, it's the 9th WhatsApp group, it's gone round before it's got to me, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and, you know, it was all Supreme, and you mentioned, and somebody else mentioned, have you seen the pedigree? Like, you know, and so I backed it for both. Like, you know, and we do argue, oh, well, the Turners might have been easier, but there's 22 runners in that now, isn't there? So it might not have been. Like, you know, so I don't know. None of us really know, do we? You can understand the market not liking him because loads of punters, especially on Twitter or X, as we have to call it now, can't have this once racehorse, can't have this once racehorse, etc., etc. But everybody from the Mullen stable thinks he's a superstar.
We've been rabbiting on now for 10 minutes and we haven't mentioned El Kairos. So the fastest horse that Gordon Elliott has ever trained, the fastest horse Jack Kennedy has ever sat on, LeBake won a Supreme. I'm getting the vibes that this horse is faster than LeBake. Why is El Kairos not in the reckoning for you, Matt?
I just don't. There's nothing wrong with him. His form's fine. He's looked all right. He looks speedy. I came to the November sale when he was sold, and I went to have a look at him, and he's about that big. He's about that narrow. And I'm just looking at him going, is he a proper Supreme horse? I don't know. That just sticks in my mind.
Just looks.
Yeah,
Looks are Everton something.
Yeah, and I didn't like his. I know he's come out and won since he had that stumble and fall, but that was heavy.
I
I'm just
thought
not sure.
he was shaping to hang just before he fell.
Yeah, well, okay.
You know, and he hung a punches down, didn't he? Now, obviously, he doesn't have David Maxwell on, but far
No,
better
I
jockeys
think
than David Maxwell
I think he's such
have
an
been
easy
hung across the
scapegoat.
track with. Yeah, that's the whole point. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Far better jockeys than Maxwell have been hung across the track with a hat. So if a horse wants to hang, it'll hang. Like, you know what I mean? And now he's got the longer run in as well. You know, I don't see any way that he wins it on the bridle. I won't trust what he's going to do off it.
So do you think he would have hung anyway? Never mind, Mr. Maxwell.
I'm not necessarily
Yes.
saying that, but probably. He's shown quirks before as well. Like, even in his bumpers, he is really, really fast. We know that, but that comes with risks attached. And although he might be the quickest, as I've said, there might be quite a bit of pace in this race, and it's going to draw the sting out of his turn of foot a little bit. His jumping as well. I mean, Jack Kennedy blamed himself for last time, but even still, he's not totally convinced, even if the first incident was a bit of a freak. I think it's so easy to sit there and say, oh, David Maxwell's an amateur and Jack Kennedy is a big upgrade. I mean, yes, but at the same time, he's a horse who has shown a little bit of temperament in the past.
Okay, it's selection time. Before selections, good luck to Benjamin Chapman, one of the owners of Bar Noir, part of the production team. Best of luck, Ben. Right, here we go. Selection time.
Cyber
This
Glory.
is big now. This sets the tone for you. I've seen you in the past. I've been in these shows with you. When you tip the Supreme winner, you knock it out of the park. When you don't,
Sober Glory. I think my last one was Shishkin, though, to be fair. So that's a fair while ago.
Okay.
That's a while ago, yeah.
Maddy, do you want to go before me?
We're in agreement.
Sober Glory for Paul Kealy. Maddy Playle.
Sober Glory as well.
Old Park Star strong.
And I am not quite as strong, but very strong on Old Park Star as well. So it's 2-2 in the Supreme. 2 for Old Park Star, 2 for Sober Glory. And we're up and running. And before we get on to the Arkle, do me a favour. Please, do me a favour. It's the first day of the Cheltenham Festival. Everybody's in good form. You wake up, you're just loving life. Please subscribe. Press that subscribe button. We need to get at least 100 new subscribers in the next hour or so. Like as well, share, comment. If you want to get your questions in, get them in. This is an interactive show, so don't forget to subscribe, share, like, comment, and do it now if you can at all. That'd be great. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to the Arkle. It's the 2 o'clock. And it is A versus B. It is Kopek the board versus Lulamba. Kopek the board is 11-8. Lulamba is 13-8. It's 11-2 Cargeese. And then we're into double figures. 14-1 Steel Ally. Jax Jr. is 20-1. And it's 66-1 Hansard. I'm guessing by the way you look today
I would have picked this one.
that it's not a coincidence. You had the choice of any tracksuit you wanted to wear, and you rang Mr. Joe Donnelly and you said, I'm wearing yours, Joe, because you have the next minute or so to convince all our beautiful Good Morning Cheltenham viewers why they should back Lulamba in the Arkle.
Well, he's been nap of the day. I'm looking at the field and people are making it into a 2-horse race. You'd have to give Cargeese a bit more respect than that. But I just think he's up against a bit of a show pony in Kopek the boards. I know he was the Supreme winner last year. He's come out and won easily at Navan in soft, heavy ground. But he was allowed to dominate that day. I think the quickening ground's a big factor here as well. You could say the Lambers might get pace might be an issue for him, but I don't see it like that. I think it's going to be more of an issue for Kopek the boards, who's jumping I wasn't that impressed with on his debut. He was a little bit stuttered at times. So I just think on this track, uphill, down, dale, I think the Lamber's a more solid proposition at his obstacles. And when, I'd be surprised if they don't come off both of them don't come off the bridle. And there's only going to be one winner if they're coming to the last, both under pressure. I know what's going to win. I don't think I know. And look at it. If just say Lulamba comes off the bridle 2 out and he's a 6-4 shot going into it, he's not going to go big. If Kopek the ball comes off the bridle between the second last and the last, he'll go massive in running. You know what I mean? He just hasn't. I don't think he's got the heart to go and win under pressure. So I've got that on my side as well, and the inexperience.
The worry that punters have about Lulamba and the way they've been knocking him is they're just envisaging a scenario where at the top of the hill,
Flat spot.
Kopek is just starting to increase the tempo and Nico starts just nudging and they think he'll be too far out of his ground. Does that worry you?
No, I think he's got enough pace for it. I mean, Altio was a bit of a flat spots. And is Kopek a real flat spot horse? Lulamba a flat spot horse? I don't think he is. He did at Newbury, and it was a worry for a bit. But he struck into himself there, didn't he? And who's to know when that happened in the race? I just think he's got enough pace. We've seen it in the Triumph. He came out and hacked up reversed the form with Poneros at punches time. He's got plenty of pace, and he will probably want a stiffer trip down the line, but loads of Arkle winners want a stiffer trip. I think it's a attribute going into the race.
And what we seem to forget is everybody focused on the flat spot at Newbury. He absolutely bolted up, and the race was over at the second last.
Yeah, I mean, he's won a Grade 1, then he's won the Game Spirit, Grade 2. He's the real deal, and I heard Barry Geraghty last week talking about Kopek the Boards, comparing him to Sprinter Sacre. This is the fella that he rode Moscow Flyer. So he's skipped him, he's gone straight to Sprinter Sacre. He's anointing him a bit early for me, old Barry. Yeah, I think he might have put his foot in it there.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's see. Anyway.
Well, he is watching, so Barry, if you have put your foot in it, let's see. We'll find out at about 2:05.
Yeah.
But you're strong. I know you a long time,
Yeah.
and I can just see it in your eyes. I see your face. You really think this will win.
I see it as a match, and I do see it as a match, and I'm just.
You see it as a match, but it sounds like it's City versus Livingston or something.
Yeah, I'm just ignoring Kopek. Wasn't if he goes and hacks up, then I'm watching a champion.
Right.
That's fine. I can live with it.
Lulamba, Matt Williams, the strongest fancy of the day. He's made a compelling case. Has he convinced you, Maddy Playle?
Yeah, I'm in total agreement, to be honest. This race is tricky, isn't it? Because there's been so much hype around Kopek de Boards, you know, all these schooling sessions and everything like that. And he could be an absolute freak. But again, I think it comes back to looking at the race afresh and looking at what we actually know. And we know Lulamba is an unbelievable talent. You know, an RPR of 167 last time, seriously good. I do get the angle that he could come under a bit of pressure, but at the same time, if Kopek and Kargis go a decent pace, that's going to bring his stamina into play. My theory with Kopek de Boards is a little bit like Matt, is that I think he could do a bit of a Majbra. You know, it's one thing pootling around in a beginner's chase or whatever. There's another thing on fast ground in an Arkle with all eyes on you and the pressure on. And I just think there's a couple of times in his hurdling career, namely at the last in the Supreme last year, where he just didn't make a great shape, didn't look totally au fait with things. And you've got to remember how disappointing he was at Punchestown as well. I just could see him belting one in the heat of battle. And I think Lulamba could take advantage then. He's not, you know, I do think he could hit a flat spot, Lulamba. But on what we know and on the ratings, he's the far better horse at the moment. So I think at the prices you have to be with Lulamba.
So Matty is with Lulamba as well. I'm laughing here because I think if the show continues, you're going to be sitting on the floor. This couch is sinking. Matty is just going like this. Every time I look over, she's lowering the chair.
I'm trying to. Yeah.
That has a good frame, that couch. Kales, right, here we go, right? We're going. I should say as well, I am very much in the Lulamba camp. Like the guy said, he can get down and dirty. He's been there, he's done it. He knows how to battle. I think his jumping will be fine. And I thought it was interesting, Nicky saying that they've worked on the early part of the race and just getting him alive earlier in the race, so he doesn't find himself too far back. So I think that's interesting. And I just think he has, over fences, certainly achieved a lot more than Kopek de Boards. So we've 3 votes for Lulamba. Keels, don't ruin the unanimous panel.
No, I'm not going to ruin it. I don't
tip
think
Jack Jr., mate.
I don't. I'm not.
Keep it at the front.
Jack Jr. annoys me because I thought he'd have a right chance in a handicap on good ground over 2.5. Like, you know, it's just.
Are you actually giving him a squeak here, Jack Jr.?
No, not a 2-mile. I don't think. I think it's a good ground 2.5 mile himself, and would be quite well handicapped in the Jack Richards, something like that. He'd be a player, but not over 2 mile against these. No. But no, Lulamba, I don't think he's a flat spot horse. I think sometimes he jumps pretty big and therefore doesn't get away that fast from the fence, and that's the issue more than anything else. Kopek de Board is probably the fastest, but I've got the jumping issues worried that Matty has. He's by no risk at all, and a lot of no risk at all. They lose their confidence a little bit if they belt one. Right? Only Allaho is the only chaser by no risk at all to win a chase worth more than 40 grand. Right, and it's not like he's been around, you know, just for a couple of years, is it, as a sire? So it just worries me a little bit. He's got to do it. He's had one run running pot, you know, as Matty said, pootling around at 25 mile an hour on bad ground. He's going to be going 8-9 mile an hour faster, at least at some point in this race, you know. And he's got to get it bang on. You know, and he might do. You know, he was a good Supreme winner of what I thought was a good Supreme. So, you know, he's got the class if he gets it all right. But he's had one run and he's fav. I don't think he should be, based on that. So it would be Lulamba for me. I wouldn't rule out Kargisi running well, because she is quick, and I think her jumping's very solid. But you'd hope one of these two would just be that bit much more class, wouldn't you?
Tough race last time as well, wasn't it?
Was a tough race, yeah. So it's Lulamba for you as well?
Yeah, I mean, if there's one horse that's of the front two that's going to blow out, I think it's Kopek rather than Lulamba.
Okay, so it's 4 strong votes for Lulamba in the Arkle. If Kopek the board bowls up in the Arkle, we will have no viewers tomorrow.
Oh, no.
The show will be cancelled. We'll just go for a jog or something, or maybe
I do
go
the normal,
for a
mate. Switch off social media.
But isn't it a brilliant race to be strong on one, though? Do you know what the hell
Well, it
the
is
market?
if it wins, yeah?
Yeah, it is if it wins, but I can live with it if it gets beat.
Can you?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
Well, none of us are saying that Kopek can't win. You know, I'm sure
I think Matt did, yeah. I think
well,
he did.
I'm sure we can envisage a scenario where he bolts up, but I just think at the prices, you have to be Lulamba.
There we go. That is the Arkle. It's all about Lulamba. And I wonder, will Lulamba be one of your entries into Paddy Power's Eliminator competition?
Okay, Harry. We are going to do one of those videos where I'm pretending to explain something to you, Harry Coblin, top jockey, but really I'm explaining it to the viewers on TikTok and social media and stuff like that. Understand?
No.
Yeah, doesn't matter. So Paddy Power have got this really good free-to-play game called Eliminator. Do you know what free-to-play is?
You play for free?
Yeah, down there for dancing, huh? Right, Eliminator. It's really easy to play. We're running it for all 4 days of the Cheltenham Festival, and we've got a prize pot of 250 grand. How much is 250 grand?
$250,000.
$250,000. We're doing it all 4 days of the festival, so what's that in total?
$1 million.
Nice work, Einstein.
When are we doing the video then?
Yeah, we've already done it. We've already done it. I retract my Einstein comment. See you later. Good luck at Cheltenham.
Win up to 250 grand every day at Cheltenham with Eliminator, our free-to-play game. Paddy Power.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer, of course. You've got to do Paddy Power's Eliminator competition. It's free to enter and you can win $250,000. Right, let's get on with the show. And next up, this year, it is the McCoy Contractors Juvenile Handicap Hurdle, also known as the Fred Winter. And at the moment, Winston Jr. is just about your favourite. He was shorter a couple of weeks ago, then he drifted out, now he's favoured again. Matty, is he the right favourite?
Definitely, I think so. Yeah, I hate to be boring in a race like this and just put up the favourite, but it's got a different shape to it this year. I mean, you've got a Grade 2 winner in La Luna Artista who didn't even get into the race. It's not much of a handicap. There's not much space between a lot of the protagonists here. Great form when arguably shaping best behind Minella Study at the track last time. One Horse Town was in behind. He went on to finish second in that Adonis. He's a very solid horse. I think Matty, who came down earlier on in the race, is a decent horse as well. I'm not saying it's outrageous form, but it's very solid. And it's a good job he went to Ascot and won afterwards, because he wouldn't have got in if he didn't. He looked a totally different horse there, just really showed his class. I spoke to Faye Bramley right at the start of the season before she'd had any of her sort of major success. And she put this horse up as a horse to follow. She said it took a while to get to grips with jumping, was just a real work in progress, but she was fairly confident he'd make into a decent horse. And I just think, simplify this, find the best horse. And I think Winston Jr. is likely to be the best horse.
And I think you've done it. I think you've found the best horse. I agree with you, Winston Jr. Yeah. Matt, isn't it great, right? I know it's a sickener for Jane Williams and a sickener for Charles Burns. Munsif didn't get in either. But isn't it great to see that now, going forward, I think this is going to be short-term pain for long-term gain for a lot of these trainers, because they're going to realise we need to run them more, we need to show our hand a bit more, because we need to get in.
Yeah, I mean, this is a plot race, isn't it? The Fred Winter, and I think looking at this race now, I think the form's there for us all to see with Winston Jr. When he won at Ascot, I'm like, that's him. He's blown his Fred Winter chances there, but he put up £7. I've watched the race again, and I dismissed them after that. I thought, that's him. There's going to be too many plotted up for it. But £7 wasn't enough. You know, I'm not saying I fancy him to win today necessarily, but I give him a lot more respect than what I did 2 weeks ago, having watched replays and things.
I think the winning distance was a 3.5 lengths or 3 3/4 lengths at the line. From Genealogy, who's been disappointing since, but he genuinely could have won by quadruple that.
Yeah, he was easing up. Like, he's won like Hawkwing with the lock hinge, and he's given him £7. Like, the handicap is going to be a little bit worried. It's a bit cringy that if this goes and wins well today, he's had an absolute nightmare. Do you know what I mean? Giving him £7 for that win. He was even easing up for half a furlong.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I do respect his chances a lot more than I did when I seen him win at Ascot, but
he's not your selection, though.
He's not my selection. I'm just looking at the prices there. I thought Mustang Debril would be a bit bigger than that, but he's my pick of the race. I'm not going to go off him because he's 8 to 1. I like him. I was really taken with this Kempton with the view to this race.
Yeah, and like even to run against older horses, travelled into it quite nicely. I think he made a little mistake at second last.
He did, yeah. And I also think after he won at Doncaster, Nicky kind of dismissed this race, I think, because he was in a rush to get his mark. He's gone to the Dovecote, being a bit clever really about it, I'd say. He's ran all right. I don't think it was the be-all and end-all that day. I think he's a lot better than that. Stiffer track will suit him. And I like him, yeah. I mean, Manlager would have been a fancy of mine if it was softer ground, but I think the ground's gone against there.
So we're 3 races in, and it's 3 winners for Nicky Henderson.
Yeah, he's got the treble off first 3 races. Bang, bang, bang.
Just quickly, DJ, also, how eye-catching that Jack Kennedy could have ridden how many for Gordon Elliott, and he's on Winston Jr. as well, never ridden for Faye Bramley before. I think that's real. Good pointer as well.
Absolutely. Have you solved the Fred Winter puzzle?
Yeah, but I've been all over Winston Jr. for a while, because I backed him at 20-1 when he was behind Manila Study, and I declared that I was annoyed afterwards because I thought he shaped an awful lot better than being beaten 6.5 lengths in the second. And like Matt, I thought he'd blown the mark. Going up £7 because it was an Ascot race, but it looked a bit of a 2-bob race on paper. My initial thought again was that it was harsh to go up, but I thought that they might be tempted by the Triumph Hurdle when Narciso has come out, and I genuinely would have backed him for that.
But then he's an absolute good thing here, is he?
I wouldn't say he's an absolute good thing, but I would have given him a big chance in the Triumph, so he's got to have a massive chance here. It was interesting to say that when Matty said that he took time to learn jumping, because he looked like he absolutely loved it at Ascot, didn't he? He flew every single hurdle. I thought he looked great. So yes, I have backed him. Don't like backing Fabs in 20-odd runner handicaps, but I have backed him. I also backed Madness Dell for Ollie Mullins and Danny Mullins. Interested in that.
Are you writing him? No.
Yeah, I got these on. No.
If you write him, you might be able to do the way for lots.
I'm letting Danny have the ride. I think I'd have to ride about 7,000 horses before I was doing the correct weight somehow.
Do you know what I'd love to do some year? I won't do it. I obviously won't, right? But I would love. I've never ridden a horse before, right? I would love to ride in a charity race. I'd love to, because you know what? It'd make you lose weight and it'd make you get in shape. So it'd give you a real incentive.
Paddy Power, make it happen. That would be incredible.
We do a charity Shire horse race, but there's no way I'm going to lose that much weight ever.
What do you need to get down to? 12 stone. So about 9 stone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just take the leg.
yeah. Me left one of juices. So you were saying at Madness Dell.
Yeah, I just like the way he shapes it. 2 runs for William Mullins. Obviously, he was quite highly regarded because he was long as on first time and he got beat by Kealy Maddy. But next time I just like the way he threw himself at the last hurdle. He did a really slow run race, looked like he was going to get done for toe. And then he really went for him and he picked up, threw himself at the last hurdle. And I thought, that's a horse with a fair future. I thought, the form isn't brilliant by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just something I liked about him.
Okay, there you go. Kealy saw something in Madness Dell. Anything at bigger prices before we get our final selections? Yes, Matty.
Yeah, I think the Mighty Celt's interesting. He was a Coolmore project because they wanted to make a stallion in France. That obviously didn't work out, but he had some decent form in graded races, and I thought it was really eye-catching on his debut for Dan and Harry Skelton last time at Haydock. Thought he's an interesting profile, could be a couple of pounds well in, and is a decent horse on what we know.
What about Amez? There seems to be a bit of a buzz about him. He was a Triumph Hurdle joint favourite at one stage earlier on in the season. Is he a little dark one?
I don't think he is at the prices. I think he's fairly exposed. He was a decent horse off the flat, but yeah, I'm not taking with him at the prices. Out of that list there, I'd say he's probably the weakest of all them.
Oh well.
I'd say in value terms.
Okay, so selection time, Keels.
Winston.
Mustang de Bruy.
And I'm with Winston as well. What is going on here? We usually completely disagree on everything. Now we've basically agreed on all 3 races. Matt is the odd one out here with Mustang de Bruy, but I am with Winston Jr. Keels is with Winston Jr. and so is Matty. That is your Fred Winter McCoy Contractors Juvenile Handicap Hurdle. It's 3rd race in the card. Moving on to the Ultima. And what an Ultima we have in store this year. Jaguar for JP McManus is your favourite at the moment at 3-1. Then you're into Iroko at 7-2. Highland has been seriously well backed. Highland was as big as 33-1 a fortnight ago. He has been backed at all rates down. And then you've got last year's winner, Meyertown, of course. So I'm going to start here, okay? I fancy a horse who has to defy an outrageous statistic, okay? I think Jaguar is almost a grade 1 horse and will end up being a grade 1 horse. And I think he's so much better than a mark of 152. But he has never ran over 3 miles before. And horses who have never ran over 3 miles before in the Ultima are 0 from 230.
You've hit the nail on the head there.
That is some stat.
It's a hell of a stat.
But aren't stats there to be broken, like? Do you know what I mean?
Not with this lad. I think he's the worst favourites of the week in the handicaps. Sorry, but doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just looking at the style in his bike Cricketar. You know, mile 2 horse off the flat. He's out of a mare that won over a mile and a half. I just don't see him staying.
Shut up, will you?
I'd rather him come back in trip. I just can't have him staying. I mean, and last time out, we're thinking like he's going to go and win and then go to the Ryanair potentially, and he got beat by Donica. I'm just like, wow, that's a real poor performance.
You finished yet? No.
No, sorry, mate.
Go on, keep going.
I've spoiled your breakfast.
Yeah, you've spoiled me breakfast, yeah. Right, the counter argument to that is, okay, you very rarely get a horse like Jaguar in the Ultima. Okay, you very rarely get a young, up-and-coming horse who could potentially be a Grade 1 horse stepping up and trip for the first time. I think he's a little bit different to the 230 who have tried it. Okay, some of them have been exposed and just last resort, throw the dice at it and let's see what happens over 3 miles. But he won last year at the meeting, I think everybody forgets. He won the plate despite making mistakes. He is a huge, big, massive specimen of a horse that has to get better with time given his size and scope. And I would say this time next year, he could be running in a Gold Cup or Ryanair. That's how good I think Jaguar could be. And I'd say he's only just coming to himself now. Yes, he should have won. He should have beaten Donica. I can't defend him in any way whatsoever. It was there, go by, just win the race, and he didn't. I don't know why he didn't win it.
Do you know what I think? I think that might be him now. I think that might be his level.
I agree. I totally agree.
He started off in the teens, didn't he?
I disagree.
Yes,
I mean, I haven't gone with him. Look, Donica improved rapidly at the end of the last season, and he's won 2 or 3 career bests on the spin again this season. Right, he's run really, really well at Cheltenham every time he's run.
11 lengths clear the third.
Yeah, the third was 10 lengths away.
I thought that was a rubbish race myself.
Will you give it a rest, will you? We know you don't fancy him, right? No need to keep going on about it.
Right, well, ahead. Donica had run 2 cracking races at Cheltenham over hurdle, so he's a proper Cheltenham horse.
Yeah.
I mean, he was only just beaten by Impost 12 when Impost 12 was rated 121 or something, like, you know what I mean? So he had really good form there, so I wouldn't knock him so much for getting beat by that, and I think he will stay. And it was just based on visuals rather than pedigree, so you've got one over me on there, but I think he shapes like he'll stay, and I'd be dead scared of him.
I don't get why they've put Iroko in the race.
I haven't tipped him, but I'd be dead scared of him. I think he's by far the most likely winner.
Why have they put Iroko in the race?
Well, hopefully to keep the weights down for Jaguar. That's what I'm hoping. But obviously, Iroko has to have a massive chance as well.
Yeah, he has got a big chance. I mean, there was talk about supplementing for the Gold Cup at one point. I don't know how true that was. Obviously, it hasn't worked out in that way. But yeah, he looks like he's had a decent prep. He's had a nice break coming into the race. I'd give him a proper chance, yeah.
So you don't fancy Jaguar at all?
I just don't think he's going to stay.
That's fine.
I mean, there's loads of clues there as well. You know, and he started off winning handicaps in the late teens, and he's had that improvement all the way. And where he is now, he's a lot higher than he was last year as well, by the way. And he's been beaten 2 handicaps and gone up for that. I think £4. And I hate that as well in horses.
But and he's 3 to 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Short enough.
Right, what do you fancy anyway?
I fancy Johnny Who. Now he's in each way bet in the race. He keeps running good races. Second in the Kimura last year when I think he probably should have won. I wouldn't say he's brilliantly well handicapped, but he's had a wind up since we last seen him when he was disappointing. Just think he's a solid horse in an open race.
I think he could win the Grand National.
Well, yeah, if that's the plan, I might be in a spot of bother today, but he can still go and win this and win a national.
And he's a nice juicy price as well. Yeah. So Johnny Who for Matt, who I don't know if you've been listening for the last 3 minutes, but I think reading between the lines, you're not that hot on Jaguar.
Not at all. I think he'll travel okay into the race and then he won't stay.
Maddie.
Oh, I love this race. But I found it really hard this year. I could back so many different horses. The one that I've come down on for the purpose of the graphic is Confusion.
Not for viewers or anything, just for the graphic.
That's just because you found it really hard.
Confusion.
So you don't want to upset the graphic, let me tell you. Oh no. Don't you upset the graphic, you're in big trouble.
What happens then?
Yeah, you have to wear the tracksuit. Yeah.
Not doing that. Confusion. His rehearsal forms worked out really well. Doc Pick Me has won twice since. Jasmine de Grugy won the Grimthorpe since. His third in the Peter Marsh. I just think he was a little bit sort of unlucky late on with a few of his leaps, but jumping's usually his strong point. He's got an official rating of 145, an RPR of 153, so he's still pretty well in. I think he's better off with Imperial Saint as well from that. Sue Smith, now training with Joel Parkinson, obviously knows what it takes to win this race, having won it with Vintage Clouds. Just think he's still well handicapped, and you're getting a big enough price about him to have a go. The other ones I want to keep on side, Mertown, just because repeat winners do well in this race. I know he's £15 higher, and I know that it's going to be tougher for him, but I could see him getting into a similar rhythm again and going close. Quebecois, another one, unexposed novice. I think he'll like this trip, liked his preparation for this. He's always been on my shortlist, but I think, Confusion's a bigger price than both of those, and his form's really, really strong.
Well, you're not on your own with mention Meyertown, because our very own price-wise, Tom Siegel, if you open up pages 36 to 39 of the Racing Post today, Tom is really keen on Meyertown. I won't give away all the tips because you'll have to buy the paper as well. Great value, isn't it, the Racing Post? Meyertown is in the 320, is one of Tom's tips.
Still less than a pint, isn't it?
It is less than a point, exactly. Great value. Meyertown is one of Tom's tips, and he thinks he can repeat the trick for the informed team, and they are in serious form. Even I said to Johnny yesterday on the show, they're really turning the corner. They're all running well, they're travelling well, they're jumping well. Russell has the team in good form, so you're giving that a big chance. But Confusion is your...
I'm backing about half the field, DJ. No.
Wrong with that. Exactas, trifectas.
Yeah, Confusion I think will outrun his odds, but I like Mertown, I like Quebecois as well.
Okay, there we go. Keels.
Well, talking about teams in good form, Gary and Josh Moore had a double in big races at Sandown on Saturday, and they have Blow Your Wad, who they inherited off Tom Lacey, and he's run 2 absolute blinders for them since he's had them, running third to John Bod. Yes, he was beating 15 lengths, but that's the Clarence House chase, he's a horse rated in the 140, so that was a real good run, as was his second to course specialist Cheltenham in the Greatwood just a couple of weeks ago. I thought that was an excellent run. He's actually officially the best handicap horse in the race on the back of that, having gone up £4, which obviously the weights are already out. Trader said in the papers today that, it is a quick turnaround again, but he's come out of the race absolutely bouncing, and he's shaped like he wants further than 2.5 miles. In fact, he ran on quite well when he was third over 3 mile at Ascot, so he does have a run over 3 mile. And he's run a couple of nice races at Cheltenham as well in his time, including one last spring when he just found 2 mile 4 on quick ground too sharp for him. So I think he might run a decent race.
You've got a nice price as well, haven't you?
Yeah, but he's drifting back out again now. He's 16, only got 25, so he'll probably be 20 again at some point.
Okay, so it is Blow Your Wad in the Ultima for Keels. Maddie, you're with Confusion?
Yep.
You're with Jaguar?
I'm definitely not with Jaguar.
Johnny Who from Matt. Johnny Who from Matt. And I'm not listening to one of the most successful punters in the history of British racing. Oh no. Or that stat of 0 from 230 for horses who have never tried 3 miles. I'm trusting my eyes, which are not very good actually, because I wear contact lenses and I'm minus 8.5. But still,
you're minus 8.5. I'm minus 8.5 as well.
Are you?
We are blind, aren't we?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Am I good looking to you then, if you can't see it?
Steady on, DJ. Have you been on the beer?
Nice teeth, DJ.
Bit early for that.
There we
chat.
go. That is your ultimate selections. I am very much in the Jaguar camp, and I'm hoping he's going to defy all those statistics. Those are selections on your screen. It's time for the big one. It is the Champion Hurdle. It's at 4 o'clock, and at the moment, Lossiemouth is your 7-4 favourite. It's 5-2, the new line. Brighter Days Ahead is 5-1, and last year's winner, Golden Ace, is 10-1. It's 14-1 bar. This looked as though it was going to be a bit of a disaster, because obviously Constitution Hill is out. Stateman was ruled out early on in the season. Sergino, unfortunately, is out. And when you take out those 3, you kind of think, God, this isn't going to be much, is it? And then we see this, when you see the field there, you go, this is an absolute corker, Keels.
Yeah, it's a really good race, isn't it? I don't think, they're not absolute superstars, but let's look at it. Lossiemouth, Cheltenham Festival winner last year. The New Lion, Cheltenham Festival winner last year. Golden Ace, Cheltenham Festival winner last year. Poneros, Cheltenham Festival winner last year. It ain't as bad as we've talked it up to be. It's very competitive. They might not be absolute superstars. Obviously, Lossiemouth's got no chance because he's got 7 stone overweight. Like, you know, but other than that, like, you know what I mean? It's really...
I see what you did
That took you a minute, didn't it?
7 stone.
For God's sake.
You're querying the 7, are you?
Massively.
No, I'd say he's been harsh on himself there. He doesn't.
It starts with 20.
Now would you
20
stop?
yesterday.
No.
Me and Keels have known each other a long time. It's a running theme for 25 years. I'm catching up.
No, I mean, I think she's the right favourite. Now, she's obviously got a cracking record at Cheltenham, and obviously with it becoming more of a test with that moving the hurdle out, they'll be going for it further out. That's going to suit her as well, isn't it? Because she's a strong stayer. It'll also suit the new line, I think, as well. But I do think she's the right favourite. Brighter Days Ahead obviously has to prove herself at Cheltenham. Now, she has been with Ollie Murphy for a week, is that right?
Yep.
Like, you know, because she's not travelled so well the last couple of years. That might make a difference. And the pick of her form makes her a better horse than Lossiemouth, doesn't it? Those 2 big runs at Leopardstown, she's just got to do it somewhere else.
Well, she did it at Punchestown as well. She beat Stateman in the Morgiana.
Yeah, true. So she's got big form to her name. She could easily be a player, and you know, you could argue that is a big price. I backed Golden Ace each way ages ago. I'm one of those that, you know, although I was being told Lossiemouth might well go this year, I was like, I'll see it. Well, I'll believe it when I see it, sort of thing. Like, you know, and I thought, you know, more and more that are going out of it. Golden Ace is the one that's just going to run her race, and she'll be in the 3. A little bit worried that she might not be in the 3 now, but she does run her race all the time. The good ground suits her. So I'm sticking with her.
If everything goes well for every horse, can she win another Champion Hurdle Gold?
I think she might struggle,
Yeah,
but it doesn't always go well, as we've seen. Like, you know, and she pretty much always runs a race, especially around 2 mile at Cheltenham.
Has her luck ran out?
She'll like the ground too.
Just imagine her winning 2 Champion Hurdles.
Has her luck run out? But was she lucky in the 5 and 5th? I thought she was travelling better than the winner now. I know he finds plenty.
I'm convinced the new line would have won.
Yeah, I know
doubly
lots of people. I know loads of people that are, but I wasn't.
I'm 100 to 1 on. I think he was definitely going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching it from the skies,
Yeah.
and I had probably a better view.
Yeah.
But I was convinced he was going to win. Yeah.
Just to explain to people, that's a drone. You weren't actually there yourself.
No,
Yeah.
it was a drone. I had a good view.
Yeah.
And I thought it was race over.
Yeah.
He was going to be a decent winner. But yeah, this isn't a great Champion Hurdle, but it is a great race. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on the fence a little bit. I've picked the new line, but honestly, anything in that, if any of those won, I wouldn't fall over.
Apart from Golden Ace, obviously.
Yeah, no, well, it's sort of, she did win last year. She has got some really good form, but she's winning 2 Champion Hurdles. Constitution Hill's won 1. There's loads of other good horses who've won 1, but it just sort of, it ruined the record for me.
Yeah.
For those looking back in 100 years.
Yeah, I mean,
and I go, she was good one. She's won 2.
She's the least exciting horse in the race, but I still think the one most likely to run a race on good ground at 2 mile.
Yeah. Is she? I hate this saying, but do we not give her enough credit? Like, is she better than we give her credit for?
I think we give her enough credit. I think we give her credit
We
for
just
what
said she has
is.
no chance in the Champion Hurdle.
Well, I didn't say she's no chance, so that'd be disappointing if she wins 2.
Okay.
It kind of means that there's been 2 Champion Hurdles where we haven't seen a true champion. Do you know what I mean? But I just think we do give her credit for being a really good mare, but she's not right up there. I don't think she's good as Lossiemouth for starters.
Yeah.
So let's see
Where
how that
are you veering in this race?
The new Lion, but like I said, I am sitting on the fence a bit. There's no serious bets for me in this one.
And just on the new Lion's jumping, he can be quite low. He obviously fell in the fight in 5th. He was popping everything in the international.
Yeah, would you say?
What do you think they'll do today?
Well, they'll
have to fire him into a few.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, and he is a bit of a stepper.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He did it at Newcastle. He did it at the second last was it in the Turners, and the last.
He's very low.
Yeah, so that's a concern. Like Johnny's really confident on him, isn't he? I couldn't with his jump, and I couldn't be that confident.
Yeah, absolutely. So the new line from Matt, we're in agreement here. I'm with the new line as well. I like what they did in January. It was a case of, I don't care if we're beaten today. Sergino will probably beat us, but this is all about the future. Let's get him enjoying himself. Let's get him confident again over hurdles. We cannot fall. That's what they did. I think it's a masterstroke the way they've played this new line. I really do. I think the new line will win the 2026 Champion Hurdle.
5 races in, you've gone 3 favourites, 2 second favourites. You're doing a good job here, DJ, finding the value. He said to me last night, he said, it's great, you mentioned of someone, they don't dig you out. I thought, I'll dig you out a little bit this morning. The favourite backer, DJ.
Matty.
I really fancied Lossiemouth last year when Constitution Hill and State Man was still in the race and hadn't fallen and she didn't run in it. So on that basis, I think I have to be with her again. I think people forget she gets £7. Like, this is not a level weights competition. She's unbeaten at Cheltenham in 4 runs. She's a 3-time Cheltenham Festival winner. You know, she's proved she can do it over the 2 miles. She's beaten State Man. I don't think she was ever going last time. I don't think she was ever really picking up the bridle and put into the race. I don't think she was given a hard time either afterwards. Don't think she was given a hard race. And the number one thing I think that's made me be with her is seeing the videos of her out on the gallops, because she's bucking, she's kicking, she's happy to be back at Cheltenham. I think this place lights her up.
Do you believe in that? Do you believe in that theory that, you know, I've often hear Henry de Bromhead, he used to talk about honeysuckle and, you know, Aplutar and various horses, they just come alive when they get Cheltenham and Lindo. Like, why? Like, what?
Because
what's the science behind it?
You've got the atmosphere, you've got everyone getting more hyped up. Horses can definitely feel that pressure, that tension, the atmosphere beforehand. These conditions, she loves them. She loves decent ground. She just tanks away down the hill. I remember when she won the Triumph and Paul Townend's like this, and I'm like, she's just a really good horse. The way she won the mares last year, I thought she'd win the Champion Hurdle, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
I think she's definitely the right favourite. The cheap pieces don't really bother me because I think it's just further insurance, and State Man probably would have won in them last year if he'd have stood up as well. I think she's the right favourite. I think I have to be with her. The New Line, yeah, he's got a great chance. I see that for sure. Can't really have brighter days ahead. Golden Ace, love her to bits. Some of us backed her at big odds last year, so we don't need to back her again.
Yes, Maddie. What price did you back her at?
Just 100 to 1.
100 to 1, Maddie backed Golden Ace. Last year's champion hurdle. Well done, Maddie.
She's a time traveller, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's better than that.
But this year, you're with the mare, Lossiemouth.
I think I've got to be, yeah.
And Keels, your selection?
I'm still going Golden Ace each way.
Golden Ace each way for Keels, Lossiemouth for Maddie. And Maddie, you're just lukewarm, but you're with the New Line.
Yeah.
The New Line. And I'm a bit stronger than you. I'm sorry that he's second favourite. I'm sorry. It is the New Line for me in the champion hurdle. There we go, folks. Are you a member of Racing Post Plus? If you're not, shame on you, because we've got a fantastic offer for you over the course of the Cheltenham Festival. 50% off monthly packages for 6 months. You can get insights, tipping, and the Ultima package as well. So that is your offer. 50% off monthly packages for 6 months. There you go. Do it. Get it. 50% off. You can have the other 50% potentially on something in the plate, which is next up. It is the second last race on the card. It's at 4:40, and Madara is just clinging on to favouritism over McClory. Are they the 2 best handicapped horses in the race? Down memory lane, put up by that man Tom Siegel in the Racing Post today, has been well backed. Jack Kennedy gave him one of the greatest rides I have ever seen at Navan last time. If you get a chance, just go and watch Down memory lane win at Navan. At nowhere did he look like winning, apart from after the last. It was a beautiful ride by Jack Kennedy. So Down memory lane is 7 to 1. Jack is back on board again today. Then you're into Down Mexico Way at 11 to 1. And it's a sort of a race, Keels, where you're kind of going, God, the top 2 in the market could just be really well handicapped and could be better than all the others. And those at bigger prices are looking slightly more exposed. Are you looking to the top of the market? Or are you?
Yeah, I think it's very top heavy. I was looking at it, I just didn't think it was that competitive given the side of the field, and it's very dangerous to feel like that sometimes. But it was, like, I'm struggling to look that far down. I tried hard to do so. I came down on Down Mexico Way in the end. I just thought he'd taken really, really well to fences. Obviously, first, second, first on his first 3 starts, and then had that little break, and then final qualifier. Let's run him in a race he can't possibly win, and let him just plod round at the back and finish last of 3 to Romeo Coolio. And that's it. Job done. Got the handicap mark. Go up to 2 mile, 4.5 furlong. Half of it are 2 3-mile winners. It's all there. Henry de Bromhead. For a horse, and his best firm over hurdles was on decent ground as well. I just think it's all there for him to run a really, really big race. Whether he'll end up being the best handicapped out of these, because Madara's been a massive eye catcher, McClory's been a massive eye catcher, you know, and down memory lane too. So I think it's not going to surprise me if the head of the market just dominates this race.
He could be well handicapped, McClory, couldn't he, Matty? Like, could be really well handicapped.
Well, which one are you talking to now? Because your Matty and Maddie sound exactly the same to me.
I was going with
Yankee
Maddie. Maddie.
Right,
That's
okay.
the thick Navan accent. You've got a Navan accent, a Scouser accent. What's your accent, Maddie?
My accent?
Yeah, where are you from?
Leicestershire. Leicester. Yeah.
Leicester.
Is that
Very
almost,
common.
Almost Brummy.
Well, do you consider, I mean, technically East Midlands, but I like to be considered a northerner, and I don't think that's right.
No, I reckon you're a Brummy.
Brummy.
I'm not a Brummie. I take offence at that. No. I don't like putting up favourites and feeling like I'm not.
Watch out, watch out.
I know.
He'll be after you.
Oh,
I don't like it, and I feel like when we're on these shows, it's our duty to kind of spot something different and try and add value where we can, because anyone can look at a handicap and go, yeah, the 7-2 favourite's got a great chance. But I'm with Keels. I don't think this is a great race. Like, I think there's a lot of exposed horses down the bottom who just don't make that much appeal. I'd be with Madara over McClory. I just think if you look back at his form, he's got some great Cheltenham form. His Racing Post ratings at Leopardstown, I know it was a while back when he was with Sophie Leach, but 143. He ran a decent race at Cheltenham after that. In a December Gold Cup, he ran up to 147. Kempton last time, 142, which was a really, really eye-catching run. Like, he's plainly been absolutely laid out for this. Just think he's probably the best handicapped horse in the race. But look, I mean, you can see that. I don't like the 7-2. If I was to give mention to another horse in here, maybe have a couple of quid on Peaky Boy each way. He's got a great Cheltenham record.
Yeah.
Won third, and that third was behind Haiti Colours and Transmission. He was giving them loads away. I think he was only beaten about 3 lengths.
He's obviously had serious issues.
He has.
That could be spectacularly
He's only run
well
twice
handicapped.
since. Yeah, he's only run twice since, and he's now with the O'Neills, so he's had a stable switch.
I'll put that.
You're
bet on.
taking a lot on trust.
I'll put that bet on for you, Maddie. You save your money. Right.
Yeah, you can.
Can't have him at
No,
all.
he's-
He's a price.
He's forgotten
He
how to
loves
jump.
Chel-
He's
he loves
forgotten how
Chel-
to
I
jump
think
since
he's
he switched stables.
He's got he's had too many problems.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I just think he's a real iffy one.
I mean, he is.
What price
but
will you give her?
You're
now?
getting
Go on,
25.
Go on, put your money where your mouth is.
I'll
Would you give her 50s?
I'll give you 50.
50s, there you go. 5 or a 50.
Well, you don't have to have a lot on at 50s, do you?
5 or a 50s, you're on.
£2
We have we have over 5,000 people who can verify this bet.
Yeah,
Okay, so fiver at 2
How much do you
51.
want on?
Like, not that much. Yeah,
With a fiver on
250,
it.
250 each
It's
way,
all right,
fiver each way.
It's a no-lose account. So it doesn't
No, like, yeah, you're taking a lot on trust, but he could be well handicapped, and he loves Cheltenham, and Cheltenham form does come to the fore, and I don't think it's a great race, and he is 25 to 1.
Okay, there
But
you
I
go.
do think Madara will win.
Okay, so it's Madara for Maddie and for you.
So I'm looking at the head of the market, and I think one of the front two will win it. I'm more McClory camp myself.
I am
think
as
he's
well,
been,
yeah.
Things been laid out for it. Unbelievable connections. He's one of them where I tend to follow the money when I want to be behind back and clever people, and they're as shrewd as they come. But I have found one at a price.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh,
And I have
okay.
to-
Even got the paper for
I had to reference the Racing Post for the pronunciation. So it's Grandeur Dam of Alan King's, down the bottom of the weights. He's got good Cheltenham form. I think he is 50 to 1 around that mark. I can see him running really well. The yard is on fire.
Yeah.
I'm watching his horses. I'm a big one for that yard form.
Yeah.
His string's in great nick, so I just think 50 to 1's a massive price.
Yeah, winning bumpers as well, left
Yeah.
and centre, yeah.
He could run into a place at a massive price.
Grandeur Dam, wow. Nice big juicy 50 to 1 for Matty. That won't last now, that's gone. Once you mention a 50 to 1 shot, that's gone.
Maddie's giving me 100 to 1. Tenner back.
Payback. There you go, that is your plate. You were with, your first choice was McClary.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
As was mine, but he gave a shout out to Grandeur James. Maddie is
I feel
with
sick for putting up a
Madara.
7-2 shot in the Cheltenham
Don't
Festival.
worry about it. Winner's a winner, Matty. And Keels is with Down Mexico Way. We've just got one to go, folks. It is the 5:20. It is, of course, the National Hunt Chase. And Back Me or Sack Me is currently your 4 to 1 favourite at the moment. Has been well backed in the last week or so. Paul Byrne, Emmett Mullins, Donna Myler. Back Me or Sack Me. Is this the one that's going to send punters home happy, Matty?
Is that Matty or Maddie?
See, yeah,
He's looking at you.
Yeah, I
Oh, sorry,
stared you deep
I
in the
caught him
eye.
late. I think
Matty.
it looks short, doesn't it? But again, like McClory, through connections, you've got to respect that money. I'd want him to stay around 4-1 though. I wouldn't want to see any drift. I'm kind of just thinking, just let him win at those odds.
So, Matthew, what else do you like at bigger prices?
I like King of Answers.
I like King of
I
Answers.
fancied him for the Ultima, and they've chose this instead. He blew me away at Kelso last time. I thought he looks a gorgeous horse, improver. He went into that race off 130, he's off 140 now. I thought he messed that up a little bit. They didn't need to get him to 140 so quick, but I do think he's a horse in excess of that mark. And in an open race, I think he's a good price.
Yeah, and even at Windsor, if you go back to his run at Windsor, everything went wrong for King of Answers. He was out the back of the telly at one stage, he was flattening fences. It was a horror show. He was beaten 5 lengths in the end.
Yeah.
And I was like, that
Like
horse must have some ability.
He looked like he wanted 4 miles that day,
Yeah.
didn't he? But the cheek pieces really brightened him up, didn't they? A bit like they did Madsborough. Like, you know what I mean? He really did seem to enjoy him. And he did look like an out-and-out stayer at Windsor, didn't he? Because he absolutely flew home. And he was 4th or 5, but he was only being 5 lengths or so, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I like him. We were discussing him after the race, weren't you, Kelso? Like, you know, so we both do quite like him.
Is he
I like
your
him.
selection?
Yeah,
here
he's
as
been
well?
my selection.
Wow.
Too, yeah.
3 votes for King of Answers in the national. Anything you can add to the argument?
As I've said, just said it, haven't I?
Yeah. So that's fine.
Were you not listening?
Yeah,
You
no, I
normally do that.
was. Cheek pieces. Yeah, absolutely. Very impressive at Kelso. So it's 3 votes for King of Answers. And Maddy Playle, you have the final say on the final race.
Hard race this, I thought. It's going to be tricky, but I came down on Newton Tornado in the end. Just think for a horse rated, what was it, 127 or something like that, to put up an RPR of 140 last time. Winner of his 2 completed starts this season in really impressive style. He just looks very well handicapped. Rebecca Curtis got Sean Flanagan on board. Obviously, she won the race last year with Haiti Couleurs. I was really frustrated with this horse when he took so long to sort of come to his best over hurdles. He was second a lot in decent races, but I think he's just a chaser and he's just improved for it. I like his racing style. I think he's going to be prominent. He's going to be attacking. I think that's probably what you want in this race. And I just think he's very, very well handicapped, and that's what you need. But yeah, it's a very, very deep race, this.
Form's worked out as well, isn't it? Because the Henderson thing that was 3rd absolutely bolted up next time, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, Newton Tornado for Maddy, and even the day he fell at Cheltenham, he was tanking.
Yeah, I think
he.
I mean, it was so far out, but he would have been involved, wouldn't he, if he would have stood up?
Absolutely. There you go. That is the National Hunt Chase. It's 3 votes for King of Answers. We think we found the answer to the National Hunt Chase. King of Answers for myself, Matthew and Paul Kealy, and Maddy Playle is with Newton Tornado. That's it. That is all 7 races done and dusted, but the most important part is still to come. It is charity bets time. Thanks to our friends at Paddy Power, who've kindly given us a few bob to try and make some money for charity. So it's quite important, Keels. You're first up. Best bet on day 1 of the Cheltenham Festival is?
I really do like Winston Jr. in the Fred Winter.
So we're kicking off at Winston Jr. Matty.
Copy and paste. I think try and find the best horse in the race. I think he's it, but it's a really tough day. Usually I really like getting stuck into Tuesday. I'm a bit more tentative this year.
Okay. Are you back with us later on in the week?
I'm not, no.
Okay, so we can do this now. What is Maddy Playle's banker of the whole Cheltenham Festival?
I can't say that. I don't know the final fields yet.
Well, give us one fancy for the rest of the week.
I really like Secret Squirrel, but he's not going to get into the county, I don't think. He was 40-1. Beat Cabra de Matan easy by 2 lengths at Windsor in a very valuable race there. Was going to go very close in what is now the William Hill Hurdle at Newbury afterwards. You know, nice run last time behind Alexi and Rubo in the Kingwell. But I don't think he's going to get in, so it's all.
We'll keep an eye on Secret Squirrel.
Fingers crossed.
But Maddy's charity bet is Winston Jr. also in the McCoy Contractors Juvenile Handicap Hurdle. So it's 2 charity bets going on Winston Jr. Matt.
Can I double up?
You could do whatever you want.
I'll go Old Park Star and Lulamba. Nicky Henderson double, bang bang.
Nicky Henderson double, Old Park Star and Nulamba. What, working out 10s, roughly 10s?
Yeah, that'd be yeah. So that's what I wanted to boost it.
Boost it.
And can I give you one for later in the week?
Oh yeah, definitely can.
King's Books in the Albert Bartlett.
I like it.
Yeah, really strong on him, and he's a massive price, yeah.
King's Books for Henry de Bromhead and Darrow O'Keefe in the Albert Bartlett. What, 20s-ish, is he?
Yeah.
20s, there you go, chalk it down.
he's valued a lot shorter than that.
Will you do me a favour?
Yeah.
Will you close your ears?
Yes.
Close your ears. My charity bet is Jaguar. In the Ultima, it's got to be. It's got to be. He's different class. I think he's a grade 1 horse. So I will have my few quid on Jaguar in the Ultima. Those are the charity bets for day 1 of the Cheltenham Festival. Are you looking forward to it, guys?
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't looked forward to a Cheltenham Festival as much as this one for a long while. Loads of open races. Brilliant. Especially the first 2 races tomorrow. Astounding.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So stay with us for the rest of the week. Of course, we're going to be back with you every single day of the Cheltenham Festival at half 8. We've got loads of brilliant guests lined up. But my thanks to my fantastic panel this morning, to Paul Kealy, to Maddy Playle, to Matthew Williams. I've been David Jennings. Thanks for watching. Good morning, Cheltenham. And don't forget to join us tomorrow. Best of luck with all your bets on day 1 at Cheltenham.